there friends, if you're new to my channel, my name's Nicole. I'm not entirely sure why if you were new to my channel you would be starting with my life update. But in any case, I wanted to give you guys a bit of an update. I know that I did one not that long ago, just a few months ago, but now that I'm kind of settled in London, I've been here almost 2 months, I thought that I would tell you a little bit about how things are going for me. My classes are actually going really well. I'm really loving my program. If you don't know, I'm doing my master's in culture policy and management, which is kind of like arts and heritage administration. So right now I'm in technically three classes for that. My two core classes right now are culture and managing organizations, which are both really interesting. I've learned a lot of cultural theory, which I'd never even heard of before. I'm also taking an elective called public culture, which is about diversity and activism within the arts and heritage. And that is absolutely fascinating to me. I love all the reading for it. I love the class itself. It's definitely my favorite. I'm also right now in a module called placement, which basically is getting credit for a placement or internship that I'll do in the spring. We have some taught classes about it right now, kind of like how to get an internship, how to do an interview, that kind of thing. So that's my fourth class. And I'm also taking beginner German because here at City University you can take language classes for free if you're a member of staff or the student body. So I've started learning German. I can't say that much yet, and my accent is supremely horrible, but I can try something for you. So, hallo, ich heiße Nicole. Ich komme aus, no, that was wrong. Ich komme aus Amerika, aber ich wohne jetzt in London. I don't know if I said any of that right. I'm actually about to sign up for modules in the spring. I'll be taking 4 classes. I probably will have to drop German, unfortunately, because of scheduling, but maybe not. I'm hoping not. But I'll be taking 2, what is the other one? Alright, I have my class schedule here with me, and I will be taking 2 core modules, which are cultural policy and introduction to research, which will lead into doing my dissertation. And then I'm taking 2 electives as well, the first of which is called fundraising in and for the cultural sector, and the second of which is digital cultures, which I think will be really fascinating, both of those, and also super helpful after graduation. So I'm really looking forward to that. But honestly, I really like my program. My teachers are great. And I feel like everything that I'm learning is just opening my eyes to so many more possibilities. So I actually have made friends, yay! That was probably the thing that I was most worried about coming over, was not really knowing anyone other than my friend Corinne, who I know through some other friends, and we've become really close. She's really wonderful. If you read my blog or you follow me on social media, you definitely already know about her. But so I have her, and then I've made some friends with my program, especially Erin and Patricia, who are both super amazing. I love them both so much. And then I've made some other friends, like my friend Rhiannon, and it's just really nice to meet people here in London and actually start to build a friend group. But I'm feeling a lot better about that than I was before. I'm now working 2 volunteer positions. I work at the Charles Dickens Museum as a room steward, which is a dream come true for me because whenever I was a little girl and I would go to museums and historic sites, I always wanted to be a room steward before I even knew what it was called. Basically, if you don't know, I'm the person who stands typically actually out in the hallway of one of the floors, and I tell people not to touch things and I answer questions, and it's really wonderful. I volunteer there on Saturdays most of the time, and also sometimes I pick up other shifts for stuff, for events and things like that. The Charles Dickens Museum is really amazing. If you read either of my blogs, you definitely heard me talk about it. But it's the only surviving London residence of the author Charles Dickens. He lived there for 2 years and 9 months, whenever he was 25 to 27. It was, I think, a really formative time for him. He started serializing Oliver Twist while living there. His sister-in-law, Mary Hogarth, died in the house, and it really impacted him a lot. It was the only time in his life he missed a writing deadline, but it's such a wonderful property. I totally recommend that if you're in London to go. If you're in London and you're going, let me know and I can maybe be there. But the people there are so lovely and friendly and warm, and I just really enjoy. We get a lot of visitors who are families or seniors, and those are my 2 favorite groups of people to interact with, so it's just working out really well for me. I also, which I don't know if I've mentioned really online yet, am about to start volunteering in a front of house role at the John Keats house as well. If you don't know, John Keats is a Romantic era poet. He's actually my favorite poet ever, except for maybe Oscar Wilde. And so I'm really excited to be living in the house that he lived in for several years of his life. It's also the same house. It used to be split into 2 halves. The wall was taken down later by someone else. And on the other side of the house is where his fiance Fanny and her family lived. So it's, again, a really cool property and a really nice neighborhood, and everyone is super nice, and I cannot wait to start volunteering. I actually have my kind of induction orientation this week. In terms of work, I also am now a writer for Broadway World UK, which whenever I was a little girl, again, I wanted to be a writer, and I thought that I meant novels, poetry, that kind of thing. And then later I really wanted to get into like fashion journalism or something like that, and so working in theater journalism is a dream come true. I write reviews of shows, and I also do right now just phone interviews and writing those up, and I'm also starting to help on some video content for Broadway World UK. So basically right now I'm working as an assistant at times to the main video guy, Jamie, and it's all been so wonderful. I'm so thankful for them for taking me on. I love Broadway World. Everyone that I've interacted with through it is absolutely wonderful, and it's just the kind of thing that I always wanted to do. I get press tickets to shows to see, and I get to share my opinions on them and have people read them, which is kind of still amazing to me, and I've gotten to interview some really cool people already, have a few more lined up in the future, so I am really loving it. If you want to read my articles, because I have had questions about how to read them, I will put a link to my author page down below on the website that has like everything that I've written, and you can also, if you were going to go back and read all my Supergirl recaps, you could. But also on my blog, Flower Crowns and Revolutionaries, I've started a new feature called What I Did This Week, which basically is for me to highlight shows that I saw, movies, sites, exhibits, things that I went to, and I've also added a new category as of this week onto it. That's just a Broadway World category, and I'll put in there links to everything that I wrote for that week. Other than that, I'm trying to keep up this channel. I think thus far I've been doing about 2 videos a week, which I'm trying to at least keep that. I'm thinking about doing Vlogmas, or at least kind of Vlogmas, like trying to get a video up every day, whether that's a vlog or a more like main channel type video, you know, sit down one. I'm also writing 2 blogs right now. I keep up with my Sailing Off to London blog a bit better. That's www.sailingoftolondon.wordpress.com, and that's kind of a diary of my time here. So if you're interested in what I'm up to, seeing photos of sites and shows and food, then definitely check that out. And then of course my other blog, Flower Crowns and Revolutionaries, and links to everything will be down below. I'm trying to keep up with, that's proving a little bit of a struggle, but I try to get at least 2 posts up on there a week. And also, if you want to know more, you can always follow me on social media. I'm at NicoleAckman16 on Twitter and Instagram. Other than that, right now, I'm actually in the process of looking for an internship or a placement in London for the spring, hopefully starting in January or February. So if you know of anything, do let me know. I have a couple of interviews coming up this week, but obviously no idea if they're going to actually pan out or not, so I'm trying to apply to a bunch of stuff. If you are looking to make recommendations, I'm basically interested in anything to do with theater, from management to marketing to publicity to production even. I've looked at some, and then I'm also really interested in heritage, both curation and management, press, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of my biggest thing right now, and then I actually need to start writing my essays because I have my essays due right after Christmas. I do get to go home for Christmas. I'll be home for a month over the Christmas period from like mid-December to mid-January before I come back here and have some time to settle in before the spring term starts. So I'm sure that I will be updating you some more come spring, but I kind of just wanted to film this to go over what's been going on in my life and what it's like now that I'm actually settled in here. Other than that, let me know if you guys have videos or blog posts that you'd like to see, because I'm trying to do some planning for the rest of the year, and I'd love to do some content that you guys are actually interested in. Alright, my camera cut out while filming that, so sorry if my position has changed a little bit. But, anyways, I think I was just saying, feel free to find me on my blogs and social media. I'll put links to everything down in the description box below. And let me know what you guys are up to in the comments. I would love to talk to you about what's going on in your life right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with a video later this week. Hopefully, probably a review of the new musical, A Woman in White. Well, I guess it's not new. It's been reworked by Andrew Lloyd Webber. It's a Andrew Lloyd Webber musical based on the book by Wilkie Collins, which I've been reading, and it opens on Monday, and I will be there opening night to see it. So I will have a review of that on my channel, hopefully later this week. Alright, I'll see you guys then. Bye!